Pooja, what did we talk about?
So, I had an amazing time being an international student in the US. So, I'm here to share my experiences as an international student,
Yeah.
which was pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you talk about your job experience, how you networked, and yeah, just like some fun facts about South Indians or Tamil.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Welcome to Chai with Ping. This is Ping Robert, and in this podcast, we will cover a range of different topics from culture, languages, and underrepresented stories. Join me with a cup of chai and listen to these stories.
Welcome back to Chai with Ping. Today we have an international student from Chennai. We met in the library. She was working at the IT center, and I was working in a language center. So we kind of just met it out. And then I spoke so poor Hindi to her, and then she's like, I actually don't speak much Hindi. So let's welcome Pooja Radhakrishnan.
Hi, Ping. How are you?
Did I pronounce your name right? Oh my jeez.
Yeah, you are right.
Cool. So this is Pooja, and we met at our university. And what's your major?
I'm majoring in data science.
Ah, so that was a great segue for you to work in the IT center, huh?
Well,
Did
we
you?
can say that.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I loved it. I loved
Yeah, I think you're very happy working there. I can see you. I can see you. Like whenever I walk by the window, then you're like having a great time.
it. Oh, yeah.
All right. Do you like chai?
I love chai. Oh,
Yeah. Welcome to Chai with Ping. After the whole quarantine thing is over, you're very welcome to come to our place for your
for
chai.
sure. For sure. It's
Definitely.
been a very long time. Yeah.
I know. Like who will know when we'll meet? But like we're meeting online.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Before we start to get to the questions, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background before moving to the US?
So, as you said, I'm from India. To be precise, a town called Coimbatore from Tamil Nadu, which is actually in the southern part of the country. So I
Oh
am a
wait, so you're not from Chennai.
actually no.
But like you told me. Is
It
that an easier way for foreigners to know?
yeah, maybe because
Oh,
Chennai
okay.
is a metro city. It's a smart city, and
Ah.
Coimbatore is the second biggest one in my state.
All right, let's say that city again.
Coimbatore.
Coimbatore. Oh, okay, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 cool. And then?
I am actually a single child in a very smallly knit close family, which comprises of only my parents, my grandmother, and myself. I've literally not stepped out at all. So I lived my entire life in Coimbatore. I did my schooling, I did my undergraduation, everything was there. And the only time I really stepped out was for work to Bangalore, which is actually called the Silicon Valley of India. So, apart from curriculum, I was professionally trained to sing and dance. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Since childhood, I've
Then
been.
what was your undergrad majoring?
That was computer science.
Oh, okay, okay, the same. Okay, got it. And then you sing and dance. Is there a special form of style or, a school of dance that you do?
There is a classical method of dance called Bharatanatyam. So I majored in that. And in terms of music, it was Carnatic music, classical Indian music.
Wow, that is so cool. We should
Yeah.
probably, do you have videos or songs online that we can attach to this episode?
Uh, I do have a few in my social media profile, but
Oh, well, then we'll have to wait.
yeah.
Sure, sure. And then, so wait, then you moved to Bangalore, and how long were you there?
I moved twice because I did two internships during my undergraduate studies. So I was there for like 7 to 8 months, maybe in total. That was the first time I went out.
And then the second time?
Oh, Nowhere, just Coimbatore and Bangalore.
Oh, okay. So you moved back to Coimbatore and
Yeah,
you worked there for some
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Ah, okay. And so how did you choose to study your master's degree in the US?
Yeah, so that was a pretty interesting story
Mm,
because choosing a career path is never a cakewalk for anyone for that matter. So, when I was about to complete my undergraduate studies, I had a terrible confusion because I was interested in many career fields in the same field of computer science, because I loved networking, I aced databases, and I equally loved data analytics. So I was going nuts. I was so confused. At that point of time, I got this internship from Honeywell as a predictive analyst intern. And I should say that was the turning point of my life because I was the youngest person in my team, and I couldn't have asked for a better team at all because each and every person were so helpful to me and helped me grow throughout. So, apart from that, the work that I did was so intriguing that I decided this is going to be my career path. But before making the next decision, I thought, okay, this is a completely new field. So rather than jumping into it, why not study more, gain more knowledge and more experience, and then come back here, which will be more fruitful both for the company and for me. So I was given two options of either taking up a full time job or to pursue higher studies, and I chose to pursue higher studies. So, that decision being made, the question arises, what next? Where do I go? So, even though when I was in Bangalore, when I thought about it, my cycle used to be like Monday to Friday, I used to go to office. And each and every Friday, I used to board a bus or train or a plane and go back home for the weekend, stay with my parents and spend the weekend, and then come back on Monday. And the whole cycle repeated again.
how long is the commute?
It
It's
takes,
not that close.
yeah, it's 6 hours by bus. Um, just 50 minutes
Six
by train.
hours! That's almost like a whole daytime.
Yeah, I usually travel in the night,
Night
so
bus.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
reach Coimbatore in the morning,
yeah.
and
Okay.
that's when I realized that I'm such a homebound person, and I've
Hmm.
never really been independent. So I didn't know if it was a really good thing or a bad thing, but I really needed to know more about myself. So
Mm.
I decided that this is the right time to step out. And I asked my parents about this, and surprisingly, I was taken aback by their decision. They immediately agreed. Because if the positions were swapped, I would say that I would have thought twice before sending my daughter away at such a long distance. I don't have the courage to do it, but I'm
Yeah.
really thankful for my parents for doing that till now.
Mm. Yeah.
And after that, I was thinking where to go, and I finalized Australia and the US. And upon doing some research on the internet and asking my friends, all the opinions were pointing towards the US. So after that, I applied to many universities, and I got few admits. But the reason that I chose DU was because at that point of time, the curriculum that they had was so good because it had a perfect balance of both mathematics and computer science, whereas the other universities were more aligned to math. And so I came to DU, and here I am. I'm so glad that I made the right choice.
Are there a lot of girls in your program?
Not really.
Not really. So what's the ratio?
I could say there are just two girls to eight boys.
Oh, so 20% are girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay. Wow. And how many international students are there in your same year, that incoming student?
I would say there were more than 50% because,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
because my class used to be in such an organized way that the right side used to have Americans, the left side used to have the Chinese people, and the
Yeah.
other country people used to be in between.
Or like Indians. Are there a lot of Indian students?
Oh, yeah, there were six Indian students in my class.
Oh, okay. So, but like the most still are Chinese.
Oh yeah, Chinese.
Oh, got
Chinese
it.
and Portuguese.
Okay. Wow. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know data science or like computer science is mostly, well, half international students.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And, hmm, how did you? Because we met at the workplace. How did you find that job?
Yeah. So apart from studies, I had a lot of time to spare, and I was
Wait,
thinking.
what? Are you just too smart? Because no grad student I met on campus will say they have a lot of time to spare. A lot of them are just like, nagging about how much study they have to do, a lot of reading and all that. How can you? How did you? How did you have a lot of time?
I don't know because initially I didn't do anything apart from studying because I didn't know the ABCD of cooking. I didn't know how to do laundry. I was completely, I was an amateur. It was more like a baby's day out for so many months.
Okay.
And then I was like, I just needed a change of environment. I don't usually keep studying like 24 hours like most Indians do. So I was like, okay, let me do something productive. And
Wait, you have to say sorry to your fellow countrymen. You actually say that they study all the time. That is not fair.
well, you could believe me. My grandmother wants me to study 24 hours in a day. She,
No sleep,
if I
no
touch
food.
my phone or do something, she'll come yell at me like anything.
Oh, okay. So you used to be that studious.
Oh yeah,
Oh, but after coming here, then you're like, I gotta do something else.
of course. I never liked studying so much, like hitting my head with the books. I just like reading once and that's it.
Mhm.
Whereas Indians have this concept of like revising whatever they did.
Oh, totally. Yeah, yeah. I'm
That
familiar with that notion as well.
oh
Similar background. It's like one time, not enough. A few times, that's prepared.
yeah.
Ah,
So that is how
okay.
I had some extra time. And then I was
But
looking for part-time jobs in the job listing of the university.
sorry, I have a question. Before we jump into your part-time job that seems so interesting, like, so you don't find it hard in your program?
Actually, I don't. I,
How?
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I learn it. I just give the exams. I'm so satisfied with everything. I am one of the top performers in my class. My professor has given me a recommendation on LinkedIn, and that's why I'm saying it. Yeah. So
You're either too smart or you're just too smart. Like I know a lot of DA people, data analysis people, they struggle with the math and all that. So are you just like so good in math or all that concept before coming?
oh, yeah, actually, I don't know if many people know this. Most of the Indians are good in math. Most of them.
Yeah, my husband wouldn't agree.
I was about to ask that next.
Louis is like, you used to be good, but like I didn't study data analysis and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that is why I think maybe I found easy. Maybe.
Okay. So like your background kind of trained you to be better in math, so like you kind of handled it pretty well over here.
Yeah, I
Ah,
could say that.
okay. Wait, have you had any challenges in your studies while you're here?
Um, I would say that I didn't face anything academically, but
Okay.
mentally I was very much disturbed. Yeah, it
How
was.
come? What happened?
Oh, there were actually a lot of incidents that happened back home. Um, Even though like my parents are so affectionate on me, it
Hmm.
was the vice versa for me as well because
Mm,
that long I'd never been away from my parents for that long.
yeah.
Believe me or not, I talk to my parents daily for at least 2 hours a day.
And
So
you still say that you have a lot of time to spare.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pooja is super smart. Please hire her.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. What? Okay. Well, all right. So that was the thing that you said incidents happening.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
many personal things were happening back home.
Mm,
It was pretty rough. that is how I was like struggling. Otherwise, academically, I didn't struggle much.
Okay. And culturally?
Oh, culturally, not at all. Surprisingly, I
Yeah.
didn't, because I was prepared. You know, this is how the life is going to be in the US. So I had an idea. So I wasn't really shocked. But more than a cultural shock, I was shocked about this because on the first day when I landed in the US, I came to know that the medical expenses are way too high for even a very normal person. This is really bad because medical facilities should be provided at a very low rate. It should be the exact opposite. Because if a person feels ill, it is not his mistake that he is not financially able to go and get some treatment. I've even seen some TV shows saying that, in a funny way, I won't go to the hospital because I don't have a medical insurance. Let it be like that. So
Mm,
this was a very big shock to me because
yeah.
I cut my finger when I landed in the US on the first day. It was a very deep cut. I had to stitch my finger like 3 stitches, and I didn't have no.
How did you get a cut?
Yeah, as I said, I didn't know ABCD of cooking. I was chopping carrot, and by mistake, it was a very sharp knife, and I cut my.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first day when you came here and then you kind of had an injury and
Mhm.
then what happened?
Oh, actually, I fainted thrice because I was really weak after a very long travel. I didn't have proper sleep and
Yeah.
proper food. So, fortunately, I had a localite there at that time. He was taking me around to many medical facilities, but since I didn't have a medical insurance, uh, a hospital literally charged me $1,500 just for 3 stitches, and in spite of that, I might even need to give money for the doctor separately. That was a shock to me. It was just 3 stitches.
I know, yeah. I know back in Taiwan is so affordable.
Yeah, even in India.
It's like even without insurance, it will be higher, right? But it's not gonna cost a whole month of rent. That
For
kind of
sure.
high.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, probably 3 meals and that's it. But
Yeah.
it's like, what about in where you're from? Like, how cheap would it be to have stitches like that?
Oh, it's very cheap. It's
Mm,
like I don't know the exact amount, but it will not cost more than 1,000 or 2,000 rupees, if
mm,
I am not wrong, because I never had stitches back in India. But
yeah,
here,
yeah,
if I convert the money to Indian rupees, it was 21,000 rupees. I was like, geez, just
yeah. I know. Yeah. I'm sorry for you, but like, so you paid it.
yeah, I still paid it.
That would be funny if it's not.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. All right. So first day you cut your finger, pay $1,000 or even more for medical bills, and maybe there's more. And wow, okay, that's a huge culture shock.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Then I actually went to my sister's place because I didn't want to trouble my friends because I couldn't do any work. She was actually telling me so much. Who the hell asked you to come to the US without a medical insurance? I never knew this because none of the websites that I read from, they didn't mention much about it. I thought it's just so trivial. And I thought as soon as I come here, I'll take one. But yeah, unfortunately, this thing happened.
And also, it's like international students, we kind of probably just get it from our campus, right? Like, do you get it outside?
Oh, yeah, I get it outside.
Oh,
Initially,
okay.
I got it from UHC. My sister
Mm,
advised that, so that's how I did it.
got it. Okay. Oh, so is it cheaper than what a university is offering?
Cheaper than the one that the university offers, to be precise.
All right, international students out there, you know who to talk to if you want a third party insurance. Wow, okay. Thank you for sharing that story. I mean, you know, it's like when we don't talk about it, we don't know, but like when we talk about it, I kind of feel that we're in the same boat.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, okay. And is there any other culture shock?
Otherwise, I was prepared. I was really prepared.
Mm.
I didn't face any much shocks. I didn't watch many movies,
Mm.
but I had this idea that it would be stupidity to expect whatever I saw in India and here, because they are two entirely different worlds. So it makes no sense for me to be in my comfort zone, and it's definitely going to be completely different, because Indians are mostly traditional. They are brought up like that, but in the US it's exactly the opposite. So I was very prepared for it, and yeah, I didn't face any other cultural shock.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about your job. How did you
Oh,
find that job?
yeah. So when I was looking for part-time jobs in the job listings of the university's website, I saw this IT job and it caught my eye because I love customer relationship management, and this IT job has a combination of both customer relationship management and technical stuff. So I was pretty excited, and I gave it a shot. It was a 45-minute interview. Luckily, I got through and I joined there as a help center consultant. So, my primary role was to provide assistance to people coming in, like they may be students or faculty or staff or even general public, whoever is entering the university. If they face any technical issues in terms of hardware or software or any services provided by the university, we are here to help. So we sit, solve everything, and send them. It's just like the IT support in all the tech companies. So though I loved the work that I did there, the most benefiting factor for me was I was able to network with so many people. Like, I made so many friends to the extent that I got two more part time jobs from my IT job only.
What are those?
Yeah, so there were two professors who were my clients, and
Yeah.
we had a very good networking opportunity. So, under one professor, I worked as a research assistant for a year, and with the other professor, I was working on a paid project. And yeah, that's why I say that IT has been the stepping stone for my amazing work experience at TU. And not to mention, I still remember you. I think there are Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yep.
Every morning you used to wave a hi so enthusiastically that your
Yes.
energy is so contagious. It makes people immediately smile, no matter how distant they are.
I mean, I like my job and I'm happy to have a job there. Yeah, and then you guys are fun.
Yeah.
And then I felt like you guys look, I don't know, you look like a in an aquarium. So that's why I was making fun of you guys, like, waving and it's like, hey,
Wow.
or even do some like funny actions. It's just so cool. And then I think you guys also enjoy so much of your work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we do enjoy a lot, but I must say it was a typical office environment. So professional it was.
Mm.
So yeah, it had perks, and whoa, I still remember this. I think you wore a blue kurti and a white pant with cute earrings, and it was a perfect Daisy Indian outfit. And that is when we had this conversation. You were talking something in Hindi, and I
Yeah.
realized, damn, my Hindi is way worse than hers.
Oh well. Oh wait. A lot of listeners won't know like whatever language that you speak. Okay, what do you speak?
Oh, actually, my mother tongue is Tamil.
Tamil, and do you speak any other dialects?
I can understand Malayalam and Telugu.
Hmm.
Hindi, I used to be very proficient, but I completely lost touch. So that is why I can understand very well. I'm moderately speaking.
Yeah.
That's all.
Wait,
But
what
yeah,
about Bollywood movies? Do you guys do you watch that?
personally, I don't watch movies much. That is why.
Okay. Well, like, so is it in the same like your family don't watch it either, or just you?
Oh, everyone watch movies. It's just me. I rarely watch some super hit Tamil movies. That's all.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
like watching movies much. That's why I lost touch in Hindi also.
got it. Okay, so your family might still be able to watch Hindi movies, but you're a special case.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Wait, you said that the dance is Canada? The
The dance?
the dance that like the style like you mentioned another state,
Oh, actually,
Karnataka.
yeah, that is actually not a state. It's called Carnatic music.
Okay.
So that is the classical version of Indian music. So it pertains
Oh.
to Tamil as well. It's going,
Okay, got it.
yeah.
Oh, got it. All right. Wow. Very cool. All right. Anything that you receive that people don't know about Indians or South Indians or Tamil people?
Um, this is a perception that everyone have, but it might be true, I might say.
Okay.
Most of the Tamil people don't know Hindi.
And so do
It's
people come up to you to say, like, do you know Hindi?
yeah.
I think me included. No, actually, I didn't know you guys are South Indians.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
if you go to Kannada and Andhra Pradesh or Telangana,
Hmm.
I was literally shocked because when I visited there, I was thinking they will be speaking their regional languages, which is Kannada and Telugu. But surprisingly, even though when I was in Bangalore and Hyderabad, everyone was speaking Hindi. So
Oh,
yeah, in a way, it was
okay.
convenient. But
Yeah, yeah.
my state is not allowing Hindi inside because um, they
I
don't have.
have a personal experience on that.
Yeah,
When I burst out into Hindi, and then they're like, and my colleague just like, Ping, they don't speak Hindi. Just speak English. And I'm
yeah.
like, sorry. I didn't know it was offensive.
Oh, it's not exactly offensive, but
Okay.
the reason that they are doing it is because when Hindi came into Karnataka and Telangana,
Hmm.
cities lost their native language at all. I stayed in
Oh.
Bangalore for 6 months. I didn't hear Kannada at all. It was all Hindi.
Mm. Okay.
So it literally killed the language in those cities, and that is why I think my state is not letting it in because they want the regional language to be preserved.
Yeah.
That's
Ah,
why.
okay.
But
Gotcha.
I learned Hindi privately.
Mm. Wait, privately? What do you mean? Like you go to a special school, private school for that?
Oh, it was just classes after school.
Oh, so it's not embedded in your proper education.
You might have a choice to take. You can either take up Tamil or you can take up Hindi. So my mom wanted me to be proficient in my mother tongue, so I took up Tamil in my school, but I learned Hindi like after school, like that.
Got it. Wow. All right. Did you realize a lot of CEOs in the US are South Indians?
Surprisingly, yeah, I thought it's the opposite.
So
I
it should be like what, North Indians?
Yeah, that was exactly what I expected, but geez, it was completely opposite. Especially there are so many Telugu people.
Mm. And why do you think that they're so successful?
You mean Indians?
Yeah, or especially South Indians.
Um, South Indians grew up in an environment where their families are very strict, as far as my knowledge goes. Because I've had a few North Indian friends, like they are very modern, but many of my friends are like, they grew up in a very strict environment. So they were just allowed to study, study, study. And that is why I think maybe in terms of career, South Indians are successful than North Indian people, but I may be wrong. This is how my knowledge goes.
Yeah. I also heard because I have colleagues who work in Chennai for several years, and she mentioned um Tamil people or South Indians are milder than North Indians, so it's easier to get along with them. Um, I don't know like how you feel. I definitely feel a difference. Like in Delhi, everyone's rushing, but like in Chennai, everyone's quite polite. It's like it's not like a really slow pace, but like everyone's polite, and then it's like you can feel the relaxation that I that I didn't feel that in Delhi. So, um, Maybe that's
Maybe
why. Yeah.
because in North India, the scenario was completely different. When I
Mm.
visited North India, um, people were diversified. Few people were like so calm. Few people were like hyper and stuff. But generally in the South, it's pretty calm. It's calmer than North. That's what I feel.
Yeah. And it's also kind of like the culture. I don't know if it's like geography wise, like maybe with the ocean and all that. I don't know. It's just very interesting to know like different north and south. And even there was a movie called Two States. It
Oh
was
yeah,
it was talking about North and South Indian, and the culture itself is very different. And I think you know, there's a lot to explore.
yeah.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
I would say that North India and South India are like so different within India. That's the surprising fact that
Mm.
many people won't know because many of the South Indians they don't step out much. Most of them either go to Chennai or Bangalore, so they
Oh,
don't go to North. Most of them,
yeah. Okay.
but
Why?
because Bangalore is the Silicon Valley of
Yeah,
India, so you get
yeah.
more jobs there. And next comes Hyderabad and Chennai.
Okay.
And then comes Mumbai and Delhi and Kolkata. But most of the people don't go up. They don't prefer going up.
Is it because the culture, the food, or the language?
Uh, all the three, I might say.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because like a more of a related language. Is it true? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, is it
Mhm.
true if you speak Tamil, the other southern Indian language will be easier for you?
Maybe I might say because the history goes that Tamil is the mother of all languages in India.
Okay,
So the neighboring state who speak Malayalam, you can easily understand the dialect.
okay.
Telugu also, you might see some common words. Our words end mostly in a, and their words mostly end in u, ooh, like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
So we all get along together. It's pretty easy to understand given some time.
okay. Yeah, I think that's my Malu friend told me. So
Yeah,
he's from Kochi and then yet to be interviewed. Yeah, and then he worked in Bangalore before and he went to Chennai. Not much culture shock, and I think he told me the same. Like the languages are similar, but the scripts are different, right?
completely, completely.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you might be able to listen to it and speak some, but you might not be able to read it, right?
No way. It took me a lot of time to even distinguish between Malayalam scripts and Telugu scripts. I didn't even know which one is which.
Oh, yeah, they look like little worms.
Yeah. Oh, even Tamil is like that.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I don't think I can differentiate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you're about to graduate in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and what are your plans?
Um, I this is not the graduation that I kind of expected, but unfortunately we have to accept it. I'm graduating in 2 weeks, and I usually have everything planned out, but now it's not going anywhere near my plans. So I'm looking for full-time opportunities in data science and data analytics. So I'm pretty confident that I might land in one in some time. Good things take time. So yeah, that's how my future looks like right now. And given the opportunity, I'm really looking forward to go home and cuddle my parents because this COVID-19 situation has just, oh
Mm.
my God.
Yeah. Are you looking for jobs in Denver area or anywhere?
Oh, anywhere. Anywhere should be fine.
Oh, okay. So including back home.
Yeah, yeah. Anywhere.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Now, actually, the job market is way low globally.
Okay,
So most of the companies froze the processes.
that's
So,
right. Yeah. Well, there's still hope because I have friends who just got hired in the IT area. So I'm very hopeful for you because you're so bright and just like what I said. If I am a supervisor, I will hire you.
oh my God. That's so sweet.
You're like, I'm so flattered.
Really?
But seriously, I do think that you have the talent and you also put a lot of effort in that. And also you have great experience. Like, a lot of students probably just study, but like you also have several jobs already. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Luckily, I have.
yeah. So if any Indian student or any international student will come to you for advice before they can come here, come to
Mhm.
the US, what would you say to them?
I would say that please do your research before coming here. You have to know so much. Like, else you will be struggling with everything. Everything will become a shock to us because I know personally, like, few people of mine, they came to the US, they got shocked seeing many stuff, and they went back home. So they
They
sometimes they,
drop their studies and go back home.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I've
ooh.
seen that in the US and UK, like many people, it doesn't matter about the country. It's just about what work you put in. So if you do a lot of research about the place that you're going to, the university that you're going to, the career that you're going to choose, and the culture that you're going to see, you will not face any difficulty at all. That's what I would say. And networking is very important, very very important. Like, before I came to the US, I saw a few alumni on Facebook. I contacted them, I got to know more about what I'm going to do in the future, so I was able to take my decisions better. So that is what I would suggest everyone. But trust me, coming out of home and leading an independent life is the best lesson that you will ever learn in my life. You know, um, I stepped out of my comfort zone and I got to know more about myself. So this is how I can make decisions, and this is how my survival capability is. And lots of stuff. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. I'm capable of doing this. No, because our parents are not here for our rescue. So it's just us. And to be frank, each and every blow in my life, it just made me more stronger, I would say. I, just because I'm far away from home, because last year, which was 2019, it was a very very cruel year to my family. We were all medically affected, one after the other. So it mentally affected us. We were all devastated. So rather than sulking in, when a problem comes, we just need to pick an option out of the two. Either sulk in with a problem, or just stand up bold, think what is the way out here, and just come out. And that will make you more stronger. And this is the lesson I learned after coming home. When I was even in Bangalore, I didn't learn this. So my mom also says that she's really happy that I got to realize this about myself, because self-realization is the most important thing for an individual. And that is why I say, everyone, just step out of your homes, come out. There's a whole new world out there. You're going to like, of course, everyone's going to get hit hard. No one's going to have a cakewalk, but it's worth it, definitely.
You know what you can do? You are a best candidate for school admission and recruitment person.
Oh,
You can just stand on a stage and tell everyone, like every student who are considering like where to go and what to do. It's like, come out and apply for schools and get out. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that last year was a tough year. Actually, it was also in my question, like, so what exactly happened? Because you actually told me the courses that you needed were not offered.
oh yeah, actually, this was in August 2019. What happened was my dad's leg got paralyzed once again after 10 years. So we were extremely shocked because we were seeing this as history repeating itself. And really, we were completely clueless as to what we done. And I was like, I was having my final exams of the summer quarter. I was thinking, okay, let me complete my exams and let me go home immediately. Let me just be there with my parents right now. Let me be of support to them of any manner. But my father was like, this is our problem. We will solve this. You concentrate on your studies. Please don't take a break. Just be as you are. And he forced me to stay back here. So I initially had plans of staying back for the fall quarter. But what happened was DU changed its course structure all of a sudden. And for that quarter, they offered the courses which I had already completed rather than giving new courses. So I was forced to take a break. And luckily, because of that, I went home. And by the time I went home, my father was thankfully recovered. And I was like, we are all mind devastated. So let's all go out somewhere. And I took them on a vacation for a week to an island. No internet, no people, literally nothing. Just the four of us. We had the best time of our lives. We put all our worries behind us and we came back. But yeah, even December 2019 was very cruel to us. It was really a cruel year, I would say, completely. But I think everything happens for a reason, and it's definitely for the good. So that is how I went home. And I'm so happy that that was the best decision I ever made.
To be with family.
Yeah, because we were all mentally down. So it was perfect.
Wow. Yeah, and we don't know when we can go back home in the near future. So it was a great timing.
So true.
Yeah. Wow. So today we talked about Pooja's experience as an international student in IT and his job experience and how she networked and graduating very soon, even though this is not a graduation that you're hoping for. But we still wish you success, and I will be in touch. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you so much, Peng. It was so fun to be on your show, and I wish you best of luck in all endeavors of life. Please stay happy. Please, please, please.
Yes, I will.
Thanks for listening to Chai with Ping. Let us hear your voices and stories. Please share this episode, like and follow us on Instagram at Chai with Ping. You can also email us at chaiwithping@gmail.com. Till next time.